You as Mahan, you get to see the first months of World War I and the shattering of that Victorian idea that you've strived so hard to preserve and to put into writing. What you reveled in, you get to see it dissolve in front of your eyes. But you are by far one of the most influential naval strategists to ever exist. Would you still write that book if you knew it would destroy everything you admired? Something completely innocuous, getting into the minds of the right people, is able to unravel an entire century of ideas and economics, socio-political ideas, unwritten contracts. All of these things dissolve before a storm of steel, poison gas, and the atrocities of the First World War. Although you'll only see the first months, you'll never know how it ends. But in a way, that leads to the 20-year armistice at the end of the First World War into the rise of the Second, where we get to the Cold War and the modern power politics angle. In some way, you can kind of view Mahan as someone who is an underlying cause of it all. Think if he had never written that book, would the United States have colonized the Philippines? Gotten all those islands? Maybe they would have taken Cuba instead. Think about if it never got into the hands of the Kaiser or Tirpitz, or at the most root cause, Ludwig Borkenhagen. Imagine if it never got into his hands, what the world would have been. Would we have even had a First World War? Would Britain have stayed neutral? It's an odd thing to think about, but sometimes it is not good to be complacent. Just because it's different doesn't mean it would be better. And if I were Alfred Thayer Mahan, I think I would be content with writing one of the most successful books on naval strategy to begin with, because I don't think I'd be able to stand if I lived any longer to see what the world would become.